to the point.
I don't know why this does this. There we go. All right.
You know what? Let me try to share it from here.
Trying to get our technical difficulties out the way.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can direct stream this bad boy.
Let me see here.
Come on. Let me jump through these hoops.
All right. Show y'all how poor I am. Y'all remember those nasty ass burritos?
Hey, why you talking? I
Oh,
just
sure.
deep fried one of them joints last night.
Did
Threw
you?
some lettuce on top of there, little ranch,
Period.
little salsa. Came in straight up, nice little chimichanga. It took me,
I
took
thought
me
I
up.
was the only one still buying those, bro. I'm
Oh
serious.
no, man. It took me back. Now I can buy the more expensive kind, but it ain't that expensive still.
I really did. All right. Well, we like to welcome everybody to Straight to the Point. It is Wednesday night. Y'all know how we get down. I'm your host, Toy. We got Dane out there in Tulsa, and we got Glenn out here in Oklahoma City. How y'all's week been going so far?
Uh,
Pretty
it's
good.
it's been a crazy busy week for me. Getting prepared for the holiday week next week. So we've been doing a ton of orders. I mean, a ton of orders.
Yeah.
Keep them coming, goddamn it! Come on, okay?
You said fill your pockets on up, huh?
Fill me up, goddamn it!
That's good. It's always good to hear when our black businesses are doing well in Oklahoma City. So I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Hi, Tracy. Welcome in tonight. I still can't get over him talking about I'm a man.
I am a boy, Damon.
I love it. I do. I love it. All right. Well, um, before we dive into our topics tonight, first, want to thank everybody for tuning in with us, and thank you all for following Straight to the Point OKC. If you haven't, please go to our page, Straight to the Point. It is straight and then the number two. Don't spell out two. It's the number two. To the point. Okay, see, and please follow us. We greatly appreciate it. And also share and let other people know about us as well. We're trying to grow our platform, of course. So we greatly appreciate it in advance. We want to wish everyone a happy holiday. Those of you that do celebrate it, happy holiday to you. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We know it's a tough time for a lot of people that have just lost relatives. So we want to keep all of you lifted in prayer during this time as you go through the holidays. Just know you're not alone. Um, we also want to, let's see, go ahead and shout out birthdays on today. So it is Sagittarius season. So if you are a Sagittarius and you're celebrating your birthday, let us know so we can give you a shout out. I do want to shout out my dad. Today is my daddy's birthday. So it's been an emotional roller coaster for me today since morning. But happy birthday to my dad in heaven. And I know he's up there styling and profiling in whatever robes they gave him. Praise the Lord. So, yeah. So once again, happy birthday to all the Sagittarius. Hey, Giselle. We want to welcome Giselle out there in Houston.
Yeah.
See.
While we are talking about birthdays, let me send a birthday shout out to Chris Day. I think he's celebrating his today, and then his wife, either she celebrated last weekend or is celebrating this weekend. And I know for sure they'll be celebrating something for him.
These
His
are the owners
Yeah,
of
hey,
Hanks.
yep. So if you
Happy
guys
birthday.
have to check them out, go check them out. Go show some support. They be partying over there. They be having a
Mm-hmm.
good ass time. So pull up on,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna show you a good time. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, that's what's up. Happy birthday. All right. Um, let's see. It is Wednesday. Trying to think. Do I know of anything that's coming up? No, I don't. So I'm not even gonna fake the phone. Glenn, what we got coming up?
Aside from my standard, do have to make this announcement though. On Thursdays, we start a lot earlier now. Doors open at 7. Show kicks off around 8:30.
Yeah,
So
I
we can
remember
spread
that.
the word
Ice.
then, yeah, with ice, and of course the regular lineups. But if you guys hadn't had the opportunity to check out the Oak Room, go check out the Oak Room. It's grown and sexy vibes. If I'm not mistaken, it's either 25 and up or 30 and up, one of
Okay,
the two. But
that's dope.
yeah, it's either 25 or 30 and up. I'm not completely sure. It might be 25. But I got the opportunity to slide in on the owners, the Kills, my boy. We went to college together, ran track together in college, and it was a vibe. It really was. It's a nice setup. They had, everything was everything. It was vibing. So if y'all hadn't got a chance to check out the Oak Room, check it out. It is new to OKC, and it is a vibe.
Cool.
Just
I'm
like
gonna go check it out.
the new 26 Lounge is as well. I got the opportunity to check them out this weekend at their new Midtown location. It is nice.
Where is
So
that at?
it's right by the Collective. You know where the Collective is at?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
that building right behind the Collective. Uh,
Got you. Okay.
yeah. So that's where they're located at. So yeah, go check them out too.
Very nice. All right. Well, y'all know we trying to keep things popping for Oklahoma City. And things for y'all to come out and do. So take heed to the announcements as my boy Glenn, he got the scoop. He goes to all of this shit. All of it.
Mm.
My job works me too much. I can't ever attend shit.
That is my job though. Typically, I'm on payroll to be there, so
You know,
uh, I get
I
to
need
have
another
fun.
hobby.
You know what I'm saying? Get to have fun, giving out fun.
I don't get to have fun when I'm out gigging. Yeah, hold on. It's all right. Anyway. All right. Well, Miss Dana,
Yes,
what you
ma'am.
got for us this week? Do we have a would you rather this week?
We do have a would you rather this week.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very interesting would you rather question this week.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Would you rather kill your best friend and completely get away with it, or be on house arrest for the rest of your life, but people can visit, but you can never leave?
Oh shit.
I seen that one. I almost skipped over it, but I was like, "This is a good one. Let me go ahead and slide that on in
That's
there."
wild. Hold on. Let me come back.
Would I rather kill my best friend and get away with it? Do I get to pick the best friend, right?
No, ma'am,
Can
I'm
it
your
be an
best friend.
associate? It gotta be a best friend.
It has to be a best friend.
Mm.
Bitch, we kill each other. Come on, let's just go ahead and get it over with. God damn it, I'm not staying in the house.
I don't want to stay in the house.
Oh,
That
and you
co-
live, your life expand is 80
oh hell
if you
no.
own houses. Bitch, we just
Hell
gonna
no.
shoot each other one, two, three,
Go.
bow,
Okay, friend, we got it.
bow.
We killing each other. COVID drove me crazy.
Yeah, for me, I wouldn't want to have it on my conscience that I killed somebody. But I don't want to kill myself either. Because if I stay in the house that long, I'm for sure gonna fucking die. So I hate to do it, but somebody got to die. Your ass was good as dead. Cause boy, I tell you what I ain't finna do is sit in no funky ass house for that long. Cause I'm
And
gonna be
you
going
live
mad.
till you 80.
Ain't nobody finna come over there and visit my grumpy, depressed, moody,
Right. I can't go
fat
nowhere, do
ass.
nothing.
I'm
Mm-mm.
gonna be fat. I'm gonna be cooking the shit out of some shit. I'm gonna be in the backyard all the time because I can't leave the house, so I gotta be nosy. I'm gonna be on
Yeah.
the porch.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing, Giselle?
She gone.
Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody got to die. You gotta die.
Bestie go. You said bestie go, though.
Yeah, she gone. I'm gonna cherish the memories
So
that we
one, two,
had.
three, boom.
We've been rolling since the third grade. I mean, she gonna understand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
So
Uh-uh.
Miss Kimberly, yes, ma'am. We are talking about current events that's going on in OKC. So if you know anything, feel free to drop it in the chat and we'll definitely announce it. Okay. Now, Tracy said house arrest.
Tracy, I love you.
Tracy has very, very high morals, and his integrity level is off the charts. So that's
Okay.
accurate.
Okay. Nicole said the same thing. She said a house arrest. She said, I'm
She said she content inside. I got a lot inside, but goddamn it, I ain't content.
Now, if we could pick what house what house we be on house arrest, I might change. But
Yeah.
my little 2-bedroom condo, yeah, no.
Dana, I'm telling you right now, as human beings, we get bored, we get tired of shit. You is not
I
finna
mean,
sit
but if
in
you
that
live
house.
in like Michael Jordan's house,
Even you gonna get tired of that motherfucker too, trust me. Cause
you
it's
think?
all thrilling and exciting when you first there, but when you can't leave the premises, it's almost become like a prison. Like you're not gonna
Pretty
enjoy it.
much
And you can bring in new shit, all that
elaborate
stuff,
prison.
but you know how it goes. You gonna be really looking at it like you're gonna be really looking at it like, look at all this stuff I'm missing out on out in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
I'm
all this stuff that's going on that I'm you're gonna want to be a part of that. If you want to be locked in the house like that, you're gonna have to get rid of social media, you're gonna have to get rid of all of that shit. Cause it's gonna make you yearn to be out.
Well, why not bring it to you? Like if you got a big house, people can
It,
visit. You just can't leave.
in certain shit you can't bring the ocean to you, baby.
no, you gotta look at technicalities. Because if you killed your friend and you got away with it, don't nobody know shit.
Right.
If you don't get away with it and you on house arrest,
You
everybody know what the
said
fuck you did. Ain't nobody coming to see your ass in the first goddamn place. You gotta think about that. Nobody coming to see you. Who the hell is going to get your groceries? I need to pick my own damn fruits and vegetables. First of all.
yeah.
that's fine.
Oh,
Who
damn.
Yeah.
Free me.
like where's
much
my money
going on.
coming from? Like where's
Right.
my income coming from? Like how I'm supposed to get my stuff? Like that's not gonna yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I'm with
I
you.
can't they ain't gonna work. They
Amara
don't work.
she said she's staying in the house.
Yeah,
She
she
said it
not
is a tough decision, but she's staying in the house.
now she said she not
You're
standing.
not staying in the
Oh,
house.
she not staying. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I read it wrong. She said
No.
nope. She said she not staying. So somebody about to die.
Right. I know my wench. She ain't staying in no house.
somebody about to go. She said, which one?
Somebody gotta
Mhm.
die.
Tracy said VR is at home. Everything is done at
Oh,
home anyway. I mean, that's true. Everything is done at home, but I got to have a moment away from home. I'm still, I no. Uh-uh. Deidre said, no, she won't. I probably missed half of that conversation. So I don't know what, but yeah,
Oh Lord.
I probably missed because I kind of fell off. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's see. Nicole said there's ways around house arrest. Slip that bracelet. Ain't that it? Listen, if y'all ain't watched enough Tyler Perry
oh
movies
my
to
God.
understand,
I mean,
shoot, y'all better go watch some Tyler Perry
if
movies.
I can
And
slide around and get off house arrest, yes, I would do that. But I gotta know what the consequence is. The consequence, I get caught, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life. I'm gonna stay my ass in my house.
You know you're going to jail for the rest of your life. That's murder.
All right, well, or you might
Hell
as well
no.
tell a friend and get away with it.
Yeah, phone a
Mhm,
friend and get away with it. Exactly.
mhm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I done already been. I can't go back. So
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
you
I
hear me?
survived on house.
That ain't it for me either. I don't see how
Somebody
people
said,
do it. I don't see how people continue to go back and get
oh,
caught.
I can't go back. I done
No,
already been. I can't go back.
that is the worst, especially the county down here. Oh my God.
oh my, that's the worst place you could ever
Mm-mm.
be.
It's worse.
I ain't
Man,
lying.
I had to
All
lay
right.
my head on a
Mm-mm.
bologna sandwich in that bitch. It was bad.
I can't. Oh my goodness.
It's horrible. You ain't lying.
And that holding tank ain't got no windows, no air circulating in there. It smell like 1,000 asses, assorted asses. At that, Arabian ass, Hispanic ass, African ass. You know what I'm saying? Buddhist ass,
Just
Baptist ass.
ads.
It's just ass, ass, ass. It stank.
It ain't fair.
No,
You know, shit ain't fair.
that's why I do the right thing right there. I can't go to jail.
I do the right thing now. That's for sure. Ah,
Yeah,
Always have.
that ain't fair. But all right, well, Dana, thank you for the would you rather. That was a nice one. That was a real good one. Everybody going to jail. No, I'm playing. All right. All right. Well, here we go. We're going to get into our topics for the night. We like, damn, 15 minutes over. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Which one do I want to go with first? I'm going to go with this one first. Here we go.
Sex is the magnificent handiwork of God. He made man and male, and then he made female, no in between. I get so sick of sissies, I don't know what to do. I'm sick of sissies. And half the time bringing them in somebody's church, fanning over somebody's choir, turning. I'm sick of sissies. Just sick of them. My God from on high. We ain't got no men now. They either in jail on the corner or switching somewhere. God help us.
Ooh-wee.
That's my God today.
I
She
probably
went
watched that
in.
like 30 times just hearing them. Them sisters. I said, Lord. Are they even still using that word in 2024? But
I don't know.
before we jump into this topic, okay, this broadcast is called Straight to the Point for a reason. Not for you to come on here and be in your feelings. Got it? Great. All right. So we're going to dive in. Now, let's keep in mind this is at church, okay? And we know how church folks are. All right. So let's get into it. What y'all think about them sissies?
I don't care about the sissies. Let them sissy. Hell, I don't care. But okay. I understand what that lady was saying. What's the name? I remember her. I've seen her before. But anyway, I understand what she's saying about bringing them into church, and they are normally always want to be over the choir, and they gyrating and stuff. All I mean, no, I don't think they should be doing that in the church. I think they need to be sat down until they get truly delivered. Then, but they make the best music. Oh my God! But yeah, she wasn't
And who
wrong.
was
That
over the music department in heaven?
I mean, well, shit. I'm not going against anything. I'm just saying I don't have a problem with sissies. I don't have a problem with sissies as long as you sissy over there and don't try to sissy around me or around none of mine. We
Switching
good.
and
We
stuff.
good. You know, I got yeah. You do your thing over there in your world, in your sissy world, and don't try to bring that over here. That's all. You
Do
good. I
y'all
got a
be
problem
thinking
with
that
it.
everybody that wear tight pants is sissies? Because I'm
No.
trying to figure out why so many of them are wearing them. That's just me. They be tight. They
True
be
man
legging
gotta let
tight.
it hang and breathe. I'm just saying,
I'm
a
just
true
saying
man
too.
ain't want shit hugging their nuts but they woman's hands.
Yeah, you know, I'll be thinking
I'm just
about
saying,
that. I'll be like,
they don't
can
want
your nuts
that. They,
breathe?
am I right, Glenn? Don't you need the shit to hang and breathe?
I mean, if you working with a little something, you do need a little space because sometimes my pants could uh be
Ain't nobody
fitting,
asked
but
you
I
about your
still
pants.
Sir,
I
Nobody asked you
still
about your
gotta
pants. Nobody
sir,
asked you about your pants.
I,
sir.
I still gotta have some space. All right, but this is what I'll say. I think in today's world, for one, let's be get it clear. I have literally no problem with people who consider themselves homosexual, bisexual, whatever the
Absolutely.
case may be. You know, it's your life. We only get one. However you choose to live it, live it. Do your thing.
Absolutely.
But I do feel like um, Jesus, it's a lot of stuff to me is kind of getting out of hand.
Yeah.
The flamboyancy, the all of this, like it's okay, you can live your life, but I would say this same thing to a straight man that was doing too much out there, carrying out, doing too much. I was like, hey man, if we were cool, if we was in that space and we were cool enough to have that conversation, I would pull him aside, like, hey, you need to tone it down. I'll be like, you're doing too much right now, bro.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of men who identify as that always be kind of like extra over the top. And it's crazy. It's almost like a look at me, look at me, look at me. Even when straight men do that, like that irks my soul. That when they have those people that act like that and always be like super duper extra, just to kind of call that attention to
Exactly.
themselves. And I've seen some people who've done that and called that type of attention to themselves. And then like, why everybody always got something to say about what I'm doing? Well, I'm like, well, look what you're doing. You calling this attention to yourself, you putting yourself in this position. Then when people pass judgment or have something to say about it, now you feel away. No, this was what comes with it, you know. And some people don't mind; they understand that that's what comes with how they act, and they're cool with it. But I
Mhm.
do think it is a lot more gay men out there, but I don't think it was more than it was in the past. I just think society is more accepting of it now, so more people are out in the open. But it was just as many gay folks back then as it is now. It's just it wasn't as accepted, so they wasn't as forthcoming with it, And it's still a lot of undercover people now, but whatever you choose to do with your life is what you choose to do. Like I said, as long as you don't bring that gay stuff my way, because I've been hit on by gay dudes before, and I don't get bent out of shape. Motherfucker, wait, what's up? Let's fight. No, I don't swing that way. And some of them like to try it because I ain't did shit that's gonna make you even think I swing that way. But I tell them that, and then it's cool. As long as they don't keep trying to go and keep doing that. Now, if you keep trying me like that, now it's an issue. Now it's a problem. Now I got something to say. Now
Mhm.
I feel some type of way about the
Mhm.
situation. But other than that, hey, do you? It's your life. And then somebody always backdoor me with, well, what if your son gay? Well, if my son gay, that's him. I'm not taking no dick in the ass. If that's what he want to do, then that's up to him. But that ain't got no bearings on my love life.
Mhm.
Now my son ain't gay, but if he chose to be, that would be on him because one day I'm a perish and I can't tell him what to do with his life. The last thing I would want to happen is I put some type of restraint or restriction on him and he grows to resent or hate me because I didn't allow him to be whom he thought he was or whom he feel like he should be.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that. Oh,
Yeah.
well.
But it's a wild world out there today. It really is. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of women acting more masculine than men, and it's just like some stuff is switching. While I don't believe in gender roles, I feel like if we're a unit, however we need to get this shit done, whatever role we need to play, that's what role we're gonna play. If you are more of a go getter than I am, then that's gonna be your role. If I'm better at keeping the house together and tight and rearing the kids, then that's gonna be my role. Whatever role we need to play for our unit to be the most successful, that's what we need to do. But
Mhm.
I hate it when I see some of these cases where these women are forced to have to be masculine because they're dealing with some pussy ass boy. You know what I mean? And then I hate when you get the men who are doing all that they were supposed to be doing, and they get this trash ass woman that just fuck it up for them. Now they idea of women is all messed up, so now they damn near single for the rest of their life because they did all of this stuff and kept getting fucked over. But
Mm.
I'm off my high horse tonight. Whew, that was a lot.
Man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man.
It's facts, though. It's facts. Tracy said, well, it's the true church and the teaching of the church, but that is between that person and God, he thinks. Yes,
Tracy
sir.
be on point all the time, man. Good
Yeah,
stuff, Tracy.
he's in
He be
trouble.
on point because that's real. You got to have your own relationship with the Lord. And Toy, you're a preacher's kid, so
Mhm.
especially for y'all. I think the situation is a little different because I think all of us as Black uh, Americans were raised up in the church. I think everybody was. I don't know anybody that I grew up with that wasn't. It
Yeah.
was like it was mandatory. we had to be in church. Well, no question. You could kick it, party all night long, but until you were out of your mom, dad, grandmother's house, whatever, your ass was at church on Sunday. It was
On
required.
fun. Mm-hmm.
I don't care how late you stayed out. And going through there, if you don't seek to get an understanding of the Lord yourself when reading the Bible and getting a relationship, you can be led astray. They can tell
Yeah,
you anything and manipulate you with the book or
yeah.
suppose it the word of God. And I've seen it because I've talked to preachers' kids who are literally immersed and baptized in that, and they still have to find their own relationship with the Lord too. But I won't go there.
Well,
That's
you
a
know,
whole
we
nother
preachers
conversation for a
can't
different day.
pictures. You know, we the worst. So, before I give it over to Giselle, my personal thoughts with this situation, in which I could go on and on and on. Um, but my personal thoughts with this is, I do feel like the church has its rules, regulations that they go by, that they abide by, whether it's ones that they make up on their own or whether it's the ones that they follow by the Bible. Either way it goes, just like jobs and state laws, you know, everybody got rules and laws that you need to follow. And so I have to agree with Dana when I say that I feel like if you are gay or a sissy, as she said, I do not feel like you have a role to play in the church as of yet. I feel like deliverance needs to sit in. There needs to be, you know, some sessions with the pastor and some deacons, maybe, you know, to kind of get you through what you're going through. I never feel like gay people should be thrown out of church. For what? How else are they gonna get through what they're trying to get through if you kicking them out of church, or better yet, judging them? That's where the love and Christians are supposed to come out, you know, and guide them through certain situations, you know, dealing with the church. But I highly believe that certain things should not be taking place in church. And I highly believe that certain people should not be running the church in any aspects. And that's from the pulpit on down. If you got a little sugar in your tank, again, we're not against it. That's you. That's what you decided to go with. But if you're not looking for that deliverance aspect, then I feel like you might be in the wrong place. Like, because what's the purpose of showing up to church every Sunday, Wednesday, or whenever you go? What's the purpose of showing up and still not getting nowhere with your situation? I think that's where a lot of people miss it. I get Jesus died on the cross for our sins, but at some point, yeah, like try to stray from those sins. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do better at some point. You can't just go to church now and then keep going back to what you were doing. That's why I think it's getting twisted a little bit. But that, again, that's just my opinion on it. But I also, another thing that she mentioned is, it's like, where is our foundation? Where are our men? We don't have that hardly anymore, you know, because they want to become us. They want to become women. So we don't have that strong foundation that women should be able to depend on in the household anymore. Now it's two men in the household now, or two women in the household now. So it's the world has just become, I don't know. I don't know. But it is discouraging for a person that's single like me, because I don't know who to trust.
Well, first they got to be over 65. So I don't even see what your problem is right now.
That is true too. And most 65-year-olds, they not gay no more. They not gay. Mm-mm. That's true though, friend. That's true.
Yeah.
65. Mm-hmm. But anyways, what you think, Giselle?
I think a whole lot of things, if I'm being honest with you. Like, there's so many, I don't even know where to start. Like, I really don't. Like, now
It's a
I will
lot.
say, Like I understand the aspect of, as she classifies them as sissies, being like overly flamboyant men. Yeah, I mean that irritates me too. I can't. That bothers me. I'm just like, if you're gonna be gay, be gay. Like you ain't gotta do all that, right?
Yeah.
But I guess I
They-
have commentary and I have questions. Like sometimes I question why homosexuality seems to be the target sin that everybody wants to address over the pulpit, and everything else gets a slide and a pass.
I
Or
agree.
why is it that the person who so here's, and I'm not saying that I disagree with anything that she said, but I guess in playing what they call devil's advocate, so where is the sissy supposed to go, as she calls that? And who's to say that they may not have conviction in their homosexuality at that point, but maybe they're seeking God for something else in that moment? And who's to say that that change would not come a little bit later? But if you are outwardly already saying, okay, you really don't belong here, then where does that deliverance come? Because you tell them they don't need to be there. But the pastor in the pulpit who got 18 kids in the congregation is still sleeping with the church mother and the first, not the first lady, but the church mother. He got kids over here with her too. He's still preaching in the pulpit and collecting offerings, and it's not a problem. Or the deacon that's got a drinking problem, but he's still over every auxiliary in the building. Do you understand what I'm
Right.
saying? And so when
Mhm.
people want to separate and determine which sin is greater than the other, that's where the conflict comes. And
Mhm.
for me, in her messaging, I understand what she was saying, but there was nothing loving or kind that would draw anybody in. It would just continue to push them out and not even seek God anyway. So I don't know. Like there's, like I said, there's like the catch 22. So like I get it, but I'm like, you're gonna sit him down, but this girl over here done had 18 kids out of wedlock, and you know how the Toja quote feel about that. But she's still head of the praise and worship team. So
I get
there's
it. I get that.
so that's why so that's where I say like I'm conflicted, and I feel like anybody should be able to come into the church house to seek whatever it is that they're seeking, because who's to say that while they are there looking for whatever it is that they're looking for, that they may be touched and deliverance may come, and guess what, they may not want deliverance. And so then what do? You just kind of have to take people where they at, and if you, that's what the words say to do, that doesn't mean
What
I
the
got to
word
do what you
said.
do.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I got to do what you do. And you don't, I'm not telling you need to be doing what I'm doing, but I got to let you work out
Well,
your own soul salvation, as they say. So as long as I am being encouraging and loving and kind to you, which is what the Bible requires that we do, I can't continue to cast judgment on you when I'm messed up over here too. My sin is just not as outward as yours. But what I can say is that a gay person who is overly flamboyant is not ashamed of who they are. They are literally coming as they are. So
I
that's
get
what I
that.
said. It's a catch 22.
Yeah.
So
So
that's just my 28 cents
yeah. So in other words, the
on it.
church got a lot more problems than just to be worried about somebody's sexuality.
And do.
Exactly. But the thing is, though, like she said, though, I mean, that's stuff that needs to be corrected across the board. Like
Yeah.
across the board. And now I went to a church like my dad didn't play that foolishness at all. You got called out for everything. I'm talking about stood up, called out. Come on, sister so and so, stand up. Now, what's going on? Yeah. So if that right there is leadership problem. That's leadership problem because if
so
you're
did your
letting
church
all this
believe
stuff
in
happen and
women
fly and get away
pastors?
with, that's leadership problem. What'd
What'd
you
you
say,
say,
Dana?
Susanna?
I said, so did your daddy believe in women pastors?
No.
Evangelists.
Right. That was my question.
He didn't have a problem with evangelists or he didn't have a problem with
Yeah.
evangelists or women speaking because every fifth Sunday, it was Women's Day and women could
No,
speak.
I'm talking preachers.
But a pastor, a woman pastor, my dad never believed in that and he taught against it. She did.
That brings
That
up
was
another
in the what
question.
does it say? I suffer not a woman to teach. Ain't that in the Bible? In red it said I
Said it
suffer
red.
not that a woman should cheat.
In
It's
other
in
words, you saying
red.
it's in the New Testament.
She said it's in red. She said Jesus said.
Jesus said
She
it.
said it's in red.
I thought
Um,
that's what it said. So, but
but you
yeah,
know that
Giselle had touched on the other things that they do in church. I mean, as far as like people having up role deacons in the church and stuff, been married 3-4 times, and wasn't no infidelity involved. You just left your wife a few times. There's a couple deacons I know like that. Just walk proud with their chest out every Sunday, and everybody, hey, good, doing a good job, deacon so and so, and deacon this and just a sinful.
Yeah.
you
Blessed
know
be the
one
name.
thing I always question. I guess it's kind of on subject, off subject, and that's just kind of like going off of kind of what the question that Dana asked. But why is it that not saying that it should be, but it happens? Why does doctrine override Bible?
Mhm.
Well, because they have to have some laws and rules in the church. They have to. And that's where a lot of doctrine come from. But I mean,
I understand its rules. I'm saying, why does doctrine override Bible?
That's a good ass question
I'm gonna ask a preacher that the next
because
time
it's
I
only
see
been
one of them.
around for about what 1,400 years.
what, doctrine or Bible?
About 14 Bible.
Oh, Bible, yeah. I thought longer,
Yeah,
but
about 1,400 years. Yeah, we're gonna leave that alone.
Any pastors out there?
But
Any
that's a good
aspiring
question.
pastors?
there's any pastors out there that knows
Look,
Giselle's
aspiring
question.
pastors.
Her
One of
question is, why does doctrine oversee Bible?
the,
All right.
So I'm just now learning about this stuff, and I'm so curious. One of my friends was telling me about a religion where it's this person or whoever he is that's like Jesus, that's been known about like 44,000 years or something. Have you heard of something like that, Glenn?
Mm.
I don't know. I'm
I'm
just
about to
learning
look it
about it.
up. You know,
I'm gonna come back.
yeah, I'm a
But
very curious person, and I'm a hold my answer on that the doctrine overruling the Bible stuff because I'm ask the man of the cloth to see before I give my spill on it. But I do think we should come back to that. Um,
I mean, I have my thoughts on it too, but I
mhm.
wanted an answer. So I feel you. We can circle back there.
Yeah, we're gonna circle back because I feel like with that we really could get into a deep discussion. Y'all know I get long
mhm,
winded, so I don't want to do that. Because I'm a student of life. I truly am. So if it's anything that I'm gonna
mhm,
be a part of, I have to participate in. I like researching and study. So when they forced us to go to church, I research. I will go to the library. I will look up scriptures, passages, how it began, where it began, everything. I will look it all up because I'm a curious person and I like to know. And one of my pet peeves is people talking over my head or saying shit that I don't know anything about. So then I got to find out. So when I'm in church, I was in Sunday school.
mhm.
I used to be up asking questions. They used to tell me, "Hey, sit down, be quiet, just listen." And I'm like, "No, I need answers. This is what y'all are here for. I need
Yeah,
answers."
absolutely. Okay. Well, if nobody else has anything to say on this topic.
Mm-mm.
Everybody good? Kind of running short here. Time is going by real fast. I'm sorry,
That
y'all.
it is.
All right, let's move on to our next topic here. And I gotta go find my videos here. Okay, here we go.
A lot of parents are hypocrites. All right, it be the same parents who sit here and say, "Stay in the child's place. You can't ask me questions."
But you're also the same parent who makes your child watch after their siblings.
Yep.
You make them tend to household responsibilities.
Yep.
Cook for kids. Take care of grandparents. Give the grandparents their medicine, just depending on what type of household, if you have a transgenerational household, stuff like that. But you're also the same parent that say you have to stay in the child's place.
Yeah.
No.
I'm your
That
co-parent.
child has, yeah, okay. That child should be able to have a voice and speak as well, because you forced them to mature fastly.
Can I dig
You
in
made
points?
them develop quickly. You made them become an adult in the household. You made them become a second parent in the household, and then you want to tell them what they can and cannot do. They can't ask you
Yikes.
questions, but you put that on them. They didn't ask for that. They didn't ask to be your emotional cushion. They didn't ask to be your punching bag. They didn't ask to be a second
Emotional
parent.
cushion.
They didn't ask to
Wow.
be a caregiver. They didn't ask to be.
Baby girl
Well,
went in. She went in. Like
One more time.
I had
that,
to,
that was good.
yeah. Because I don't
That was
think we
good.
really realize that. Like we put so much on our kids, want them, like I keep the basics with my son, just make sure you get your chores done and take care of your damn dog. But other than that, I try to just make sure I cover everything else as the parent that I'm supposed to cover. But usually I do allow my son to speak on anything. I would rather hear from him than not hear from him, if that makes sense. But as far usually the only time I would tell Kaden to stay in a child's place is when I'm conversating with another adult. That's when you need to disappear, because that's none of your business. And that's one thing I do not play with my son. Don't ever step in a conversation with the adults is talking. So that's really the only time I would probably say that. But other than that, I'm pretty open with Kaden, and I try to tell Kaden to be open with me as much as possible, because with so much going on in the world nowadays, I need you to be open. I need you to talk. So, but let's talk about it. What y'all think about her point?
Dana, you
I
know the
think she
rotation.
made a very good
He said,
point.
Dana, you know the rotation.
Okay. Well, as far as my boys, never. I'm never gonna do that to my boys. I ain't never did that to my boys, because that's how the hell I was raised, and I didn't like it. I
Mhm.
knew how it felt, having all that responsibility on you, on top of your schoolwork and your extracurricular activities. You had to come home and do all. I know how it felt, so I said I would never do that to my boys. I knew how it felt to not have an opinion, to not be able to be like, well, mama, I really don't want this. I really don't like this. Couldn't say that back in the day. You had to eat what was sat before you and worry what the hell your mama laid out for you, no matter what the fuck it looked like. Period. So I always said, when I had kids, I'm definitely gonna they're gonna have opinion. I'd always teach them, you can say whatever the hell you want to say to me or anybody. It's all about what your delivery is or whatever. So yeah, they
Absolutely.
have their basic chores: take the trash out, do the dishes, keep your room clean, keep your grades up. Period. Basic standard kid rules or whatever. If you want to work, you can. If you don't have to. But
Hmm.
if you want to work, go right ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we not doing that, because creates give your kid a complex. Growing up, make them
Yeah.
insecure, and man, hell no, no. I never raised my kids like that, because I know how this shit feels.
Yeah. I hate even seeing kids have
Fucked
to
up feeling.
babysit other kids. Like that's not their
Yeah,
responsibility. That's not their responsibility. All right, Glenn, come on.
I'm about to say Giselle. She big G, I'm little G.
Oh, you want to go
mm,
last? That's what you're trying to say? You're trying
Nah,
to you're
that's
trying to
the
be
normal.
big today?
That's the
Okay,
normal
that's cool.
rotation.
That's
It
cool.
normally
That's
goes Toy, Dana, you, then me. That's normally how it goes. That's normally how it goes. But I will go. All
no,
right.
I'm going because you set it up for me. You set it up for me. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it. No, it's funny. And I also know that my mama watching this podcast right now. So I'm just like, she ain't lying. Kitty ain't told no lies. She ain't lying. And I mean, my baby ain't got nobody to babysit because technically he the only one I gave birth to. He ain't got nobody to watch. But
Yeah.
I do try to allow him to, express himself. Now that boy can be a little, he got a little bit of his mama in there. So sometime I'd be like, who you talking to? You know, but like who you talk, and then he'll come back, you know, but you know when he starts feeling a type of way about some stuff, sometimes, you know, it he get a little passionate about that. But I mean,
Yeah.
but I what I can say, and I find it interesting because you know, like we talk about how like Dana, how you talking about like how you were raised, right? You know, same thing. It was like that with me and my little brother, right? It was like I was good for 6 years. I ain't had to worry about nobody. Then that little yellow boy came, and then so then it was it was kind of like when I got a little bit older and I wanted to do stuff. My mom like, "What you gonna do with your brother?" And I'll be like, "What I wanted to say
Yikes.
was that ain't my kid." But hindsight in 2020, I understood too. You know, she's trying to go out here and make it happen. And she like, look, nigga, I need some help. She didn't say that, but that was the interpretation. You understand what I'm saying? So I get
Mhm.
it. But at the same time, that was one thing I was just like, if I have a kid, I ain't gonna make my kids do that. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's one of those things. I feel like, you know, you live in, you know, you
Yeah.
learn and
Yeah.
you take things of like how you were raised and you keep what you liked, you keep what was cool, and what you
Mhm.
didn't stand, you ain't put your kids through that. It was just one of them things. And
Yeah.
then, you know, our parents would be like, well, that's why they like this now, because you ain't do that. Look, my turn. I got this. But
Right.
so yeah, I mean, I get it. But Kitty ain't lied. She ain't lied at all. She told the truth.
Yeah. Well,
She
it's
preached
good
that
you.
time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good you understood though, and you interpreted like mom just needed a little help,
I
and she
not
didn't.
then. I
Yeah,
said now.
yeah. Now
Nah,
that's what I'm saying.
my
Now,
mama
so
tell you straight up. Me and my mom didn't have no cool relationships after I had a till way down the line. My mom and me, yeah, me and my mom we used to butt heads out real bad.
yeah. Well, once you get older, you kind of understand some stuff. But I get it. Times has changed, and I'm glad all of us on here know that, and we didn't try to duplicate what we went through as kids. And I'm sure all of us love and care about our parents, but some of that shit just wasn't right. I mean, let's just be for real, and it can stunt your growth. It can force you to grow up a little faster than what you're supposed to, and then you do feel disrespected when they tell you to stand in kid's place when you're doing and handling all these responsibilities like an adult would. Uh, so I'm glad that we're kind of getting away from that space where we say, don't just do as I say, don't question me, don't do nothing. No, no. My grandma taught me to question everything. Now I was still careful. I ain't questioning her stuff like that, but she raised me to
You
question
going, Grandma?
everything. Yeah, she raised me to question everything. She said, "Don't you just be believing any and everything that somebody tells you." She said, "You
Mhm.
got to understand, mankind can be corrupt. While it is a lot of good out there, it is a lot of evil, and it resides in
Yes.
every single soul in here.
Okay.
Everybody has the potential. So." um, Growing up, when I did feel away, when I did feel like I had something to say, uh, she worked with me on how to say it. She never cut me off or never, you shut the fuck up. You don't say nothing. You listen to what I say and be quiet.
Yeah.
She would work with me on, she said, see, now we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna talk like that. Now, if you got something to say, it's a way that you can say it. So
Right.
once you fix your face and get yourself together, you can come back in here. Because if you come back in here and your face still toe up, I'm gonna tear your ass up so it match your face. That's what she's telling. So
Mhm.
so I would say, okay, I will go, I will be upset, and then when I calm down, I will come to try to express myself. Now, of course, I'm a kid, I can't put it all together like I want to, but she would help me. And then after the fact, it would make me understand. Even if I was mad at her, I'm like, well, shit, she didn't have to help me, but she got what I was trying to say. And then she would explain to me, this is why I do this. This is why I told you this. This is why I told you that. And even sometimes the shit didn't make no sense to me. But guess what? All the shit that wasn't making sense to me as I started growing older, it started making sense to me. And it started sinking in. So my grandma, she didn't put too much of that responsibility on me like that. My mom did. I was taking care of my brothers and my sisters just how Miss Kitty was saying. But when I was with my grandma, shoot, we had a village, literally. We had my great grandma, we had my great uncles, that everybody was always around. So at any given time, we
That's
might
good.
be with my great uncle hauling hay for the day. Or he'll wake us up early in the morning. All right, this is what you gotta do. You gotta feed the cows, horses, walk the horse, take the horse for a ride. Uh, taught me how to drive his truck when I was like 11, 12. Drive this around the corner, feed the cows over there, do this, don't drive the truck nowhere else. I know how much gas is in my shit. And he would give us responsibilities. So when y'all done with that, then I'm gonna hook y'all up. At the end of the week, we got some money. Can we go to the store? Can we go out? Can we do this? Yes, 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 because we handled our business. But that whole stay in the child's place or shut up or don't question me, I used to absolutely hate that shit. And that's why I said, like y'all, I will never put my kids through that. So whenever my kids feeling away right now, we talk that shit out because I want them to be able to be in a successful relationship with whichever partner they have. And that's a part of it, modeling that, how to talk through differences and all of that stuff. Because them motherfuckers ain't finna be staying in my house when they 30, 40 years old. I want my own space. So I'm gonna teach you how to be in a relationship and have your own. Cause you ain't finna be sad and lonely always in my shit. What you doing? I'm finna come over there. No. My old ass might want to run around naked with your stepmama.
Hold on, you know what's going on.
Yeah, with your stepmama. Shit. Who knows? Me and your stepmama might want to have fun. We might want to have some shit popping at the crib. And
That's
here you
true.
come. You know what I'm saying? We're going to spoil the grandkids and send them home. Well, we ain't finna have you coming over here staying with the grandkids. Goddamn.
Well, what y'all cooking?
Right. It's okay 3 days out the week, but all 7 of them? Come on now. Damn.
I got questions. What's going on? Dante said, "Man, I make these kids clean all this house. They the ones tearing my stuff up. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we got to do that. You got to teach them
you
responsibility
gotta
how to
teach them
take care of shit.
responsibility. Yeah,
But raising
absolutely.
their siblings, that's fucked up.
Yeah, y'all stop making y'all's kids watch the little siblings. If you ain't got an adult babysitter and you stay your ass at home from the club, that means it ain't your weekend to go out."
Listen, true story. I went to college with some people who were sheltered. I say sheltered, not necessarily sheltered, but did not get to do anything because they were too busy raising their siblings. They went fucking crazy
See,
at Langston. They went crazy. They got their ass knocked up so fast and was back home
see,
because they didn't know how to deal with that degree of freedom because they never
yeah,
had it. They lost their damn mind.
yeah.
Literally. I mean, they was getting smacked up to the point where I was like, hey, please stop. Like, don't do it to yourself. Save yourself.
Sheltered, like that will do it. Being sheltered will have you. Yeah. Trust me, I know. So, but yeah, it's allow your children to be children.
Mm-hmm.
Allow them to be children. That's that. I
But what you said, allow your kids to be kids.
you know.
Because goddamn it, if I knew what I know now, I would have stayed a kid as long as I fucking
As I
could.
could, yes. See, these kids don't understand what they supposed to deal with. And then by the time they turn 18, 20, 21, some of y'all putting them out at 18. So,
Yeah,
and
this
they
is
really ain't got no structure or nowhere to go or know how to live because you the main babysit all their goddamn life.
So speaking of that, do you think that's right? I think that's a black person thing. I was saying, you get
It
18, you
is a
got to get
black
out of my
person
house.
thing. These white folks,
Ain't
they
no
go out
kind of
there and
way.
find a babysitter. They dropping them off at Susie and them's house. But it's black folks that do that shit. They leave these kids, the oldest child, sometimes 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. They leave the oldest child and then they on FaceTime every 5 minutes. Mama, sorry, in the magazine. Don't put in you hollering and stuff. I mean, you already can't enjoy your night because you having to pick up the phone every 5 minutes to see what Bobby and John and June want. No. Uh-uh.
I'm talking
You know
about putting your
why?
kids out at 18.
Because they
Like,
sure
you
don't
got to
be
get out
ready.
of my house. When you turn 18, you got to get out. I've heard so many black people say that, and I think it's
Yeah,
sad.
it
it's
is.
Still
crazy.
fucking, they're
It is
still
crazy
kids. They are not ready for the real world. You
at
just put
all.
them out your.
Yeah,
At
that's
all.
true.
Yeah, I don't believe in them. I told
I
my
thought I
kid he can
called
stay with me as
myself
long as he
grown
wants to.
at that age. It wasn't. I called myself grown. I was far from it, and swear I thought I was. I honestly didn't feel grown, so I was damn near 30. That's when I was like, I'm a
Right.
grown ass man. But
It's
before then, I
like,
was like, I'm very
Yeah.
much so a kid because there's so much shit that you still gotta grasp. Yeah, even your whole way of thinking
mhm,
even changes after that.
yeah,
So
Mm-hmm.
so 18 is you ain't responsible enough to be out here on your own at
you're not.
18.
You're not. But sad to say, there are kids, grown adults now, probably that have stories where I've heard many stories where some of them have to start being an adult at the age of 14, 15, 16, 17. So yet
Yeah.
alone 18. That's that. I call
Yeah,
that
I
hard
moved
living.
out when I was 18. I moved out when I was 18. Didn't look back.
Hmm.
No,
I
ma'am,
get
I
it.
did not look back, but
Yeah. It was
mine was for
17
different
for me.
reasons.
Yeah, it was 17
Yeah,
for me. I
I
was
ain't
gone.
looking back.
Is it
I was
now? What
gone.
made y'all want to leave so early? Was it just because you were
I
just
gr-
ready?
The strict
I graduated
rules,
high
the
school
strict
early.
rules.
Yeah. I graduated high
Mine was,
school early, and I accepted a scholarship. I was gone.
Oh, okay,
um,
gotcha.
no, I graduated in May. July, I was gone. It was the strict rules. I couldn't wait to move.
Yeah,
I, I couldn't do nothing. I could do nothing. Nothing. I had
yeah.
to go.
I
I
mean,
had to go. I got an
you know,
apartment.
I know. When you grow
Yeah.
up in them strict church homes, yeah, it's different. It's definitely different. I couldn't wear pants. I couldn't wear makeup. I couldn't wear
Yeah, I knew plenty of people
Early
like
wasn't
that,
putting else
and as
on.
soon as they graduated, you know what they did? They got the fuck on.
period. You know, couldn't go to the movies. Couldn't go to house party. I couldn't go. I if I went, I snuck, and if I got caught, my daddy was blowing the phone that I had or the pager up. No, it was pager at the time. My daddy blow my pager up, and so I was scared to go home then. So I'd be calling mama like, "Can you just open the garage so I come through the garage?"
Girl, you know your daddy was gonna get that ass.
You
Period.
know, he's sitting up there waiting. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do none of that stuff. So, and unfortunately, I can't relate, to the whole sibling thing because I grew up by myself. So I actually lived the true life of what they call stay in a child's place. That's the life I lived. Stay in a child's place life, literally. So, my siblings is 20 years older than me. Oh, five of them had to count. Yeah, all five of them. So. But just encouraging words, though. I do. Because I know people that do that to their kids. So I just want to encourage everybody as we go into 2025. Please leave that bullshit in 2024. If you can't find a babysitter, stay at home. Your kids should be your pride and joy any goddamn way. Stay at home. Let them get on
Or
your nerves.
or take $20 off your drink tab and give it to the babysitter.
Don't get a babysitter. You ain't gonna be out that long. Half of y'all 30, 40, 50 years old anyway. Y'all tired at 9.
hmm
You ain't gonna be a lot.
Or
That
if
part.
you're gonna have your child watching their siblings, pay them like a babysitter.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
just the way to say, okay, you do
Yeah.
this, watch your kids, I'll pay you. That shows responsibility because then it sets a different way of
Tone for
thinking
it.
They
about
take
it.
it a
Mm-hmm.
little
You know what I
differently.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
makes it feel
Yeah.
even different because it's like, okay, I'm doing this so I can
Right.
earn my change. So it's a part of like
Right.
the responsibility thing. You take care of this when you want to do something or you want something here. Okay, I got you. You earned this. You work for this. So you set a different precedent. That's why I feel like chores and stuff like that is important.
Me too.
You know, because you start modeling a certain type of behavior, start teaching them responsibility, especially when it
Absolutely.
comes to pets and shit like that. Because I know my daughter was young when we got her little puppy and it was growing with her. And I say, hey, you wanted this puppy, you gotta work on taking care of it. You know, just
Mm-hmm.
show me that you can take care of things. So you show me you can take care of this, then we can start talking about getting you this other stuff that you're interested in. That's how you
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. Well, okay. We had two great topics today. You guys tuned in late. Feel free to go back as we get ready to end our show on tonight. But we do want to thank everybody once again for tuning in with us every Wednesday. 8 p.m. is straight to the point. Before we do leave and get off, I do want to mention once again we are giving away some Christmas gifts, all right, on the last Wednesday of this month. And the question at hand is we would like to know if you know what was the first name of our podcast and who was our fourth member at the time of our first podcast. So if you know, please feel free to inbox me or one of the cast members, or you can directly go to Straight to the Point OKC and let us know in the inbox. And the first four people that can send that information will get gifted for Christmas. So if nobody else has anything else, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Thanks, Dana. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Giselle. Y'all have a blessed week, and I will see y'all on next Wednesday. Bye, y'all.
Whoa, hey, we
I
doing
got
it
a
on
question.
we doing it on Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah, is that yes? That
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna give our stuff out then. So yes,
Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve?
Christmas. It's for Christmas.
You said the
Okay.
last Wednesday of the month. That what?
Well, in the last Wednesday of the month. I haven't looked at my dates. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we're gonna table that. All right, and we're gonna come back to it.
Yeah.
Drop it in the group.
Okay, we'll do that because I'm like, I haven't even looked at the dates. Oh God.
Yeah, yeah. That
Okay.
is the
Okay.
last
So
Wednesday
either
though.
way it go though, we'll make sure that we get those gifts out to those that answer the question. So all
All right, word to Big Bird. Let's get it.
right. I'll
All
see
right.
y'all later.
Bye.
Bye y'all.
Bye.
Yeah.